Hi everyone, I'm Shruti. Welcome to my channel Stitch Meditations. Here you will learn the basics of stitch meditation, how to get started, what tools to use, what can you create, and how can you build this practice into your everyday routine. So today's video, I'm going to start a 5-day stitch meditation challenge, and I'm going to give you the steps to go through from today itself. Today is Monday. We are going to start today, and every day we are going to incorporate one new thing in our practice, and the challenge will go on till Friday. You can take it whenever you want. You can start on any day. It doesn't have to be Monday. Just 5 consecutive days you will have to work on it. So let's get started. First, what will you need for this challenge? For the basic version, you're going to need one needle, one thread, and one piece of fabric. The aim of this challenge is to help you build it into a practice. So what you can do is start every Monday with the challenge and go until Friday. So that will help you build a practice at least 5 days a week. So that is the whole purpose of this challenge. Nothing intricate. Let's start with something very basic to get you started. All right. We are going to keep the challenge very simple. It's day one, and the only thing that I want you to do, is that I want you to set an intention with this challenge. So I want you to think of what you want to achieve in this week. What are you going to focus on in this week? What are the feelings that you want to work on during this week? So I want you to set an intention. Take your time with this. Decide when you want to do this practice every single day. Mark your calendar for those days, for the next few days, and just get ready in your mind for this challenge. It's not a difficult challenge. It's very easy. On the longest day, it's not going to take you more than 15 to 20 minutes to complete this challenge. So don't fuss over it, but also be prepared for it to get the best results. The second thing I want you to do on day one is to work on your piece for 5 minutes. So you can set a timer and take your fabric, needle, and thread and just start working on it for 5 minutes. And that's all that we are going to do today. We are just going to set the intention and we are going to stitch for 5 minutes today. That's it. That's the challenge for day one. On day two, we are going to take the practice a little bit further. What I want you to do today is, in the beginning, before you start working on your piece, before you start stitching, I want you to take a couple of minutes to ground yourself. What I mean by grounding is, we have a lot of distractions around us that pull our attention in all different directions. So I want you to take a minute or two and just gather yourself in that moment. So one method that has always helped me is the 5 4 3 2 1 method, where you look out for 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. So it barely takes like 15 to 20 seconds to do that, but it instantly helps you be present in the focus. Apart from that, I also feel that doing a quick 2-minute meditation where I continuously focus on my breathing has also helped me a lot to ground myself. After you have done this for about 2, 3, whatever minutes it takes for you to feel grounded, then you will start working on your stitch meditation piece. Then you will take the needle and thread and start working, but this time, instead of 5 minutes, you're going to work on it for 10 minutes today. So set your timer and start stitching. And when the timer goes off, just tie up the ends or just hold your needle in place and stop the practice. That's all for day 2. On day 3, we are going to start our practice by grounding in whichever way that works for you. Then we are going to stitch for 10 minutes. Both of these things are just like yesterday. So it's easy for you to do. Just repeat whatever you did the day before or modify it if you feel like. But today we are going to add something to the end. So a lot of times when we are stitching, a lot of feelings start coming to our mind. We are reminded of a lot of things, and some of those things are not very pleasant. So what we are going to do after we have finished stitching for 10 minutes is we are again going to meditate for a couple of minutes. But this time I want you to release all the negativity that has cropped up during this period. So it could be, you can use visualization over here. What I tend to do is I close my eyes, I imagine myself sitting, and then I either see a light that is getting away from me, or something like bursts of colors, or whatever works for you, a shadow coming over you, like you are in the dark and gradually the shadow is getting lifted, a cloth is getting lifted. So use visualization over here. Close your eyes and visualize yourself getting released from something, and that will help you release a lot of negative feelings that have cropped up during this practice. And do that for 1, 2, 3, whatever time you require. Sometimes I feel like 1 or 2 minutes is enough, and sometimes I feel even if I've been meditating for like 5 to 10 minutes, it's not enough sometimes. So it all depends on what you feel. So let your intuition guide you over here. Now we come to day 4 of the challenge. On this day, we are going to do all the usual things. We are going to start with a grounding meditation. We are going to use 1 to 5 minutes, whatever it takes for us to ground ourselves. Then we are going to start stitching, and we are going to stitch for 10 minutes. Now, here the difference is that when we are stitching, we are going to add affirmations to it. So you can pick whatever affirmations work for you, whatever theme you're thinking about, whatever you want to achieve. And I just did a video last week or a couple of weeks back about affirmations that you could use when you are using stitch meditations, and you can use those affirmations to guide yourself. So when you're stitching, constantly keep on repeating the affirmations. You can either say them out aloud or you can say them in your mind. But just keep on repeating those affirmations for all the 10 minutes that you're stitching. You can choose one or many affirmations. I am more comfortable using a single affirmation for a single 10-minute session. I feel that it has given me the best benefit. So, but it is totally up to you. It's your practice, and we are here to do whatever you want to do. So, today we are just going to, the slide changes. We are going to use affirmations when we are stitching, and then we are going to end our session by releasing the negative feelings, just like yesterday, using visualization. Yay, we've made it to day 5 of the challenge. Today is the last day. So today what I want you to do is, as usual, you're going to start the practice by grounding yourself, and then you are going to move ahead. And while you are stitching, yesterday we thought about affirmations when we were stitching, depending on whatever intention you have set with your practice. Today we are going to focus on gratitude. So we are going to use affirmations for gratitude. We are going to think about the people that we are thankful for, or anything else that we are grateful for, while we are doing the 10-minute stitching. And after we have done that, we are again going to do a quick release at the end of the session, where you release all the negativity that creeps up when you are stitching. I find that when I use affirmations or when I focus on gratitude when I'm stitching, the negative feelings that come up are a lot less than what would otherwise come up. So I feel that that also helps in curbing the negative feelings. But today, at the end of our practice, we are also going to look at how the week went by, and we are going to do a quick check in with ourselves to see if we feel any different from day one. So, has this practice helped me do something? Is a question that you should ask yourself. Do I feel different? Is another question that you can ask yourself. and then the answer will tell you what changes you will need to make in this practice to apply it further along. So now here on you will be doing whatever you did on day 4 and 5, you will be doing that repeatedly. So every week, it would be wonderful if you could set an intention for a longer period of time. So let us say that for this month, I set an intention of doing 5 stitch meditations every week. That could be your intention, and you can start there, and then gradually as you go through the week, you keep on looking back and seeing how far you have come. How do you feel about it? What is the difference that this practice has made in your life? And just check in with yourself every now and then to know how you're doing. So let's start the challenge. It starts today. You can use the hashtag 5 days stitch meditation challenge. I've written that in the description box. You'll find the information in the description box. And let's get started with our 5 day stitch meditation challenge today. Gather your supplies and let's get stitching.